there's like 3 or 4 other piano players in here, but Otis to me stood out enough. For like, who the hell is playing this?
There's like a strike to his keys that was like Thelonious Monk-esque in my mind, like just cool little.
Yeah, he's got like his left hand is like keeping the tempo, driving along, and his right hand is just free to do what it needs to do.
And it found the right spots.
Yeah.
Can't unhear it.
This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum.
Welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm still Dan Woodard.
It's a good thing you are. It's July 2nd. We are in the still beginning of summer here, and we're toggling between monsoon storms and 95-degree heat. But here at Thought Shack Studios, it's nice and cool.
It is, and I appreciate that.
We needed it badly.
Yeah.
We are well into season 2 at this point, which feels really neat as well.
That's correct.
Our production schedule runs slightly ahead, would be the correct way to say it. We're producing episodes quicker than we're putting them out. We do that in case of emergency or a family thing comes up or another vacation so that we're backloaded.
That's correct.
I just had the pleasure of finishing, listening to the episode that you put together, though, on your trip to Iceland.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a fantastic time. I wasn't involved in the production of that episode with the exception of the conversations that you may have heard in it.
Right.
But we were trying to count the hours Dan put into getting that beautiful piece of art off of the ground.
Well, what was challenging is we made the pivot at the last minute to do that episode. So when that was recorded, so I got back from Iceland on a Monday in the evening, had to now recover the house and all the chores on Tuesday because I've been gone for 12 days, and before that I was gone for another week. So I've been out for a bit. We record usually on Wednesday evenings.
So yeah, we had that talk.
Yep. So we had the talk, and then between Thursday and we release on Tuesday, I had to put that together. But I still have a life and a full-time job. So
And you're playing catch up.
I'm playing catch up. So I probably swung too hard. I probably should have done something easier, but overall, given the way I had to squeeze things in, I think it came out okay.
I thought it came out awesome. And if you listen to just the detail and the music and the sound effects and Dan's affect and the storytelling, it's one of my favorite episodes we've done, even though it has nothing to do with our typical format.
Well, I appreciate that.
It was very, very fun for me to listen to. I
Yeah.
listened to it again, so I've now done 2 to kind of go back and see, what is it that, we were able to bring to the table. I'm really proud of it.
I did have one online interaction about that episode. It wasn't on the episode itself, unfortunately. It was on the YouTube short that I did for it. I did direct the person to go listen to the whole episode, but the person was from Iceland.
Oh, super cool.
So who knows? Maybe at this point, I don't know. This happened to me today. This will be in the future. So maybe by the time this episode comes out, we'll actually have our first fan from Iceland.
Hello, Icelandic friend.
Vilkeman.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's fantastic news. Every time we see a new country pop up in our tracking, we get excited.
It's fun. I feel like we have legitimate listeners from England and Germany. I'd say we get stuff all over the place and it's onesie twosies, but I feel like we have some consistent people. So thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're international.
That's right.
Worldwide. Oh, well, today's subject probably wasn't international worldwide at the time. I'm speaking of none other than Howlin Wolf.
That's correct. This is album number 477 on Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest albums of all time list.
And this album is not a long one, so you might not be in for your typical massive long podcast today. This thing clocked in at just over 30 minutes, and it's 12 songs. They're just not very long songs.
No, it's pretty potent. And the album we are talking about is his debut album, Moanin in the Moonlight.
Hot.
Hot.
So I have release date on album on Spotify at 1958.
Okay.
Correct? Sometimes Spotify is off.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That clocks.
Yep.
What can you tell us about this album?
Specifically March 1st, 1958.
Okay.
And so I actually talk a little bit about Howlin Wolf because this album itself ostensibly is a collection of recordings already.
We've seen this in like Muddy Waters Anthology and some other stuff.
Yes, but this is bite-sized and delicious.
Agreed. Very,
Right.
very tackleable.
Yeah, Muddy Waters is a commitment to go through because it's
53?
53 songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's your sampler platter, you're going to need a doggy bag for that one. But this one you can get in one sitting.
And it's a fairly consistent listen.
It is.
If you listen to the audio quality, Muddy's stuff, when you're grabbing, and even the Phil Spector kind of anthology or collection of works, when you're listening across platforms and different recording sources, it can be almost a headache at times to kind of have the audio switch so much. And we're not talking about, really, really high-end audio techniques that you're used to hearing. Nowadays, everything's normalized and kind of there's like a standard.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at collections of music over X amount of years, my God, you hear all sorts of kind of odd frequencies and timbres, and it can really wear you down as a listener. This, to me, though it's clear that all of them were not recorded in the same room by any means, it's not shocking at all.
Yeah, yeah. And, this was definitely not mixed for streaming.
No, they didn't really know what that was.
No. So Mr. Wolf, Howlin Wolf, he was born Chester Arthur Burnett.
That's a respectable name.
Yes, he was named after Chester Arthur. Do you know who Chester Arthur is?
Breakdancer?
Do you know who Chester Arthur is?
The guy who invented the muffin?
Close. He was our 21st president.
Okay, no, I did not know that.
Most people don't.
My wife would know this.
I would hope she would. She teaches like
History.
AP US history. Yeah. Yeah. So, and so I'm like, well, why that? And it's because Chester Arthur, for his time, not very well remembered, but he was kind of like a civil rights kind of person back in the day.
Fantastic.
So I have to think that's probably why. There was no direct, reasoning why, but I'm like, oh, that was interesting.
Chester Arthur, not a great blues name.
It's not. So he became Howlin Wolf, credited to his maternal grandfather, who always accused him for squeezing the chicks too hard.
Hot.
The chickens, not chicks.
Oh, never mind.
And that the wolves would come and get him for doing that.
Howlin Wolf.
Yeah. He had a couple other nicknames too.
Okay, hit me.
Bigfoot Chester and Bull Cow. And that has to do with his stature. He was over 6'3", which is, for our European listeners, since we have European listeners, it was 191 centimeters. And he weighed 275 pounds, which is 125 kilograms.
He a big boy.
He's a big boy.
I like Bull Cow.
Yeah, Bull Cow's
very,
pretty good.
very. That's there. That's his adult film star name.
Yeah, yeah. So he was born near West Point in Mississippi, and grew up poor. And basically, by the age of 17, he gathered enough money to buy his first guitar, which is interesting because he doesn't play guitar on this album. He plays harmonica on this album.
Yeah.
And essentially, the way he quotes, that it was a day he would never forget until the day he died, which, of course, he did die in 1976 at the young age of 65.
Yeah, but say that's a decent run for a guy who's out in the clubs playing this music.
Yeah, yeah. In the 30s and 40s, Howlin Wolf, he played solo and a lot of other blues musicians across the South. He was actually involved in a very violent altercation in Hughes, Arkansas, where he killed a man with a hoe while defending a woman? HOE. Not HO. HOE. I can see the look.
What's her name? But then you got me too quick.
Yeah. It's unclear whether or not he served any jail time for it, but
That's like pretty OG gangster, isn't it?
that's pretty blues. You got some blues if you had to kill a man for defending a woman. Like,
Old Bocal, man.
yeah.
Oh, man, that's a bad way to go with a hoe.
HOE.
Yeah,
the thing used in the fields. Yeah.
Because it's not quite bludgeon, because it's that metal, stiff, sharp end.
Well, it's unclear. He could have used the handle of the hoe and not like sliced his neck open with it.
I'm imagining the worst here. I'm imagining a big dude doing it and then writing tunes about it.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying to see a 6'3", 275-pound man swinging.
Yeah, gardening
Gardening.
accessories. Yeah, it's the someone keep Ray Lewis away from my hedge trimmers.
Yeah. So he performed with some pretty notable musicians: Floyd Jones, Johnny Shines, Sonny Boy Williams, Robert Johnson, Son House. We've talked about Son House with Muddy Waters. A few people. Played guitar in West Memphis. By 1938, he joined radio station KWEM. And in 1948 with a band featuring Willie Johnson, Junior Parker, and Willie Steele.
Dang. That's a banging band.
It's a banging band, yeah.
I knew two of those names. That's how I know it's a banging band.
Yeah, and we're not blues guys. I've collected facts. I wish I knew this stuff off the top of my head, but I'm letting you know what I've researched.
I like Les Paul guitars.
Yeah. He did spend some time in the military. He was drafted in 1941, and he served in the 9th Cavalry Regiment, a historic black unit known as the Buffalo Soldiers.
Dreadlock Masters.
Yeah. And so he had kitchen duty most of the time, and he played guitar at night for the soldiers. And even while he was stationed in Fort Gordon, a young man by the name of James Brown, or actually a young boy, first heard him playing outside the mess hall. James Brown used to dance for the soldiers, and he was playing guitar. They never interacted in any real way, but
How much coke do you think James Brown did as a kid?
I'm not sure when that started. I'm not sure.
Two.
When that started.
The answer.
Yeah.
So he was a cook
Yeah.
and a murderer.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this.
And then he was sent to Tacoma, Washington. I think this is important for the whole sort of thing of him. He was sent there for communications and decoding, even though he was functionally illiterate. And as a result, he faced a lot of abuse from the drill instructors. He developed serious stress syndromes, which then caused him to be honorably discharged after basically a mental health breakdown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And a quote from him is like, should I do it in his voice, or should I just read the quote? I'll just read the quote. The quote from him is, "The Army ain't no place for a black man. Just couldn't take all the bossing around, I guess. The wolf's his own boss."
The wolf's his own boss.
Yeah.
We need the t-shirt.
The wolf.
If for any of you designers out there, fitty, we need the t-shirt. The wolf's his own boss.
Yeah.
We got to send one up to our buddy in Rhode Island too. He'll sweat it, dude.
He would, yeah. So now, really, in the early 50s is when he came into being known. This A&R man by the name of Ike Turner.
Oh, wow. Hey, how much coke do you think Ike Turner did as a kid?
I think he was nursed on coke.
More or less than James Brown.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Ike Turner died of coke. So
Yes, I know.
yeah. So he discovered him on the radio station and introduced him to Sam Phillips at Memphis Recording, Sun Studios,
Okay.
in the spring of 1951. And that's when he started recording a lot of these singles. So Moanin' at Midnight, and the B-side, How Many More Years, were recorded together as a single. And then basically they released those masters to Chess Records. And that's sort of the progression there. And essentially, then he transitioned, to Chess Records from Sun Studios in the mid-50s. He signed directly to Chess Records and relocated to Chicago in 1953. And then recorded in Chicago from about 1954 to 58 with folks like Herbert Sumlin, Willie Dixon, Otis Spann. I want to talk about Otis Spann a little bit, and Jody Williams, and did pretty well for himself. And that basically led to kind of the recording of this album.
That happened pretty fast. I mean, at the 1950, effectively, he's getting honorably discharged from the army. Didn't have Oh My God legacy coming in, and now by mid-50s, guys playing in like big bands. You get picked up by Ike Turner, and then you're dropping this as your freshman album in 58.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I thought I wanted to give that much context.
I mean,
because
you have to. It's just like Nothing Burger, Blitz.
Right.
I guess he killed a guy, but yeah.
That was probably a day he remembers. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, this is his first Wolf, but his first album, Wolf's his own boss. Had 4 R&B chart hits. Pretty good.
That's very good considering it's a third of the album.
Right. Yeah. So Mona at Midnight, How Many More Years, Smokestack Lightning, and I Asked for Water.
I Asked for Water made the cut.
Came in 19. I got number 8.
That very recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How Many More Years, number 4, Mona at Midnight, number 10, and Smokestack Lightning, number 8. So
I don't know that surprised me. I like that order. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Water's surprising.
I agree.
But we'll get to that one later.
Yeah. And obviously, people like this album. Rolling Stone magazine apparently likes this album. They put it at number 477 on their list.
Yeah, and Spotify does not mind this album. There's a majority of songs in the over 1 million stream category. And, when you're talking about blues heads specifically for an album of 58, you're probably not talking about the heaviest Spotify streaming demographic here.
Yeah.
You're looking at people who are buying the vinyl. You're looking at people who have a CD, a tape, an 8-track. They have some sort of original copy of this. They're purists, these blues heads. Yeah.
And he definitely got promoted later on by the Rolling Stones. I think it was 1965. His only television appearance was basically brought on by the Rolling Stones. I can't remember what show. Rolling Stones were on a show.
There were like a million variety shows back then,
It was one of those variety shows. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was 1965, and they insisted that he get airtime.
Oh, you know what? I've heard this story before, but I think I heard this on the Rolling Stones side.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't interested in Howlin' Wolf at the time, but I think I was watching. It may have been the documentary that came out a couple years ago on. Come on, what's his face? Hasn't died yet. Guitar player.
The guitar player that hasn't died yet.
Yes, of Rolling Stones. Come on.
Oh, Keith Richards.
Keith Richards. Thank you.
I think you just wanted to find a guitar player who hasn't died yet.
No. keep the hoe away from him. No, but I think they actually mentioned something around like them standing up for him. I've heard that story. That's great though.
Yeah.
Good for them for giving back for all that blues music they stole.
Yeah, I mean British rock, because you said at the beginning this isn't very international, but a lot of British artists.
Oh, heavily.
Yeah.
I have notes on my phone about who I think Howlin specifically influenced.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's even some legally sort of issues.
Well, I hope he got his money.
He got credit at least.
Oh, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So is the Lemon Song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Is essentially a reworking of Killing Floor of his.
Oh man, like that's literally the band I noted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. There are other things we can talk about with Led Zeppelin for sure.
Before we get into the specific tracks, anything else on the album as a whole?
Oh, I think we'll go through it as we talk through the songs.
I look forward to that. Well, it's not a very long album, so we'll push hard.
Let's do it.
It's 94 degrees. There's smoke in the air. Ozzy Osbourne shirtless, wielding a brush full of sauce like it's Excalibur. This is the place to be.
You like meat?
I love meat.
You like sauce?
You kidding me? Sauce is the soul of the meal.
And you don't want to be haunted by your past, right?
That's, sure, what?
You gotta try this fucking thing I made, man.
Whatever it is, my lord, I'm sure it will be amazing.
I made this thing called Ozzy's Bat-Free Barbecue Sauce.
Ooh, what's in it?
Hell if I know. If I know it's got no wings or fangs or no rabies shot this time.
Ooh, bat-free, rabies-free. Sounds like a shot in the dark. I can't wait to try it.
Oh, it's thick, real thick. Smoky as hell, it's got a bite. But not an animal bite, you know?
Ooh, a metaphorical bite, a sinister bite.
It's terrific. Ribs, brisket, pulled pork. If it had a mum, it's all good.
If it had a mum, put it on the bun. That's heavy metal gospel now.
I put on everything. Toast, cornflakes, Sharon.
You put it on your wife.
Oh yeah, she goes, Ozzy, you're scaring the neighbors. I go, they should be scared. It's fucking delicious.
That is both romantic and terrifying.
I don't touch the grill without it now. I don't trust the grill without it, mate. Here, try it.
This is the best sauce in the universe.
Awesome, right? So fire up the coals, summon your hunger, and drench your meat in the only sauce banned from bloody Transylvania. Ozzy's bat-free barbecue sauce. Now 100% bat-free.
Probably.
Probably.
So let me get this straight. If I live in West Virginia and I no longer can eat food dye, can I still use this product?
For sure. Because, you don't have to eat food dye necessarily, but like red number 40 is made from like squashing bugs.
Hopefully it says lantern flies. Those things are red as F.
Yeah. You know what's cool about lantern flies?
Nothing.
Nothing, except for one on its own is kind of a pretty animal.
I would say this, like if you saw this bug in the same way that the same scarcity you see a ladybug or a mantis,
Yeah.
this would be a really cool bug. But I have these things sitting over my front deck like someone spilled a box of Nerds candy, and they're tiny this year. You see these things?
Well, not this year. Last year, when we brought my son to college in Pittsburgh, they were on every hot surface, and you couldn't see like parts of buildings.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the cicada back. No,
Yeah.
don't do that. Those things are so noisy.
But they're a much better snack.
They are a better snack. You can feed the world off cicadas.
You can.
That's
So
like a
speaking of
fact.
snacks,
Yeah.
Moanin at midnight.
How nailed it.
That was a segue.
All right, so first song, Moanin' at Midnight, off of this album, weighs in just under 3 minutes. Spotify has just over 7 million streams. And you end up with this kind of cool one-chord song, which is not what I expected walking into someone that I was like, oh, this is a blues album.
Yeah, it's the anti-blues. It's just like a drone of a chord, basically. I mean, it's over and over again. But
And
yeah.
it almost has like that kind of like country western train beat thing going on.
Yeah, but to me, what identifies it is the moaning at the
Oh,
beginning.
absolutely.
That is haunting.
They made they made good on their word here.
Yep.
The harmonica playing in this song struck me immediately after that.
Yeah, what's that?
Up front and forward. I don't have a lot to compare this to. One of the reasons we're doing this show is all my friends think I'm the smartest guy in the room when it comes to music, and then all my real friends who are musicians think I'm the dumbest guy in the room when it comes to music.
Same here.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
We were having a kind of parallel talk earlier. I just have never educated myself on anything blues-wise, and so if I were just to take this and be like, oh, I can compare this now to Muddy Waters, which I listened to a ton of because of this show, this is a very different kind of blues.
It is. It is. And I actually found this more enjoyable.
I did too.
No shade on Muddy. I just found that this just struck me harder. I felt more blues.
The instrumentation, and this is bringing back to your question about the harmonica here,
Yeah.
though is pretty standard throughout the tunes, you have these kind of pockets where everybody gets their piece. So the harmonica coming out as this like nice contrast to your singer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't expect it. I really liked it. I also think the recording quality of it, considering the year-ish, because I couldn't tell you exactly when this recording was.
Yep. This was a Sam Phillips one. This was an early one.
Great.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I think it's a great album opener.
Yeah. And actually, Ike Turner's playing piano on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Look at him. He's not the best piano player on this album, though.
No, he's probably not. But I will say, proficient. Mm-hmm. I have no problem with the song. I think it's a great opener for this album. It sets the tone, and for a guy who knew nothing about Howlin' Wolf, the singing is soulful.
Yeah,
it's not. It just doesn't fit the blues box that I imagined, and especially because it didn't have a 12-bar or 16-bar form.
right.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else?
Love it.
Scooching on.
Scooch.
Actually, this would be a good time to talk about song form in blues, just to get it out early, because I will comment on it quite a bit.
Okay, explain me.
Explained. Well, up until this moment, if you go to your high school jazz band that's going to go and learn one of every kind of jazz style because they have to, so you'll get your bossa nova thing, which the layman's ear will be like, oh, it's Latin, and you'll get your swing thing, which will sound like a Buddy Rich. You're inevitably going to end up with a blues tune as well. It gets kind of pigeonholed into the jazz box, rather than the rock box.
Can I throw something out here?
Please.
In that, so you mentioned bossa nova.
Yeah.
You know what bossa nova translates to?
The guy who created muffins.
New beat.
New beat.
New beat. So, if you're going to create a thing, don't call it new, because bossa nova has been around for a long time, no longer new. That's just my advice to you. If you're going to create something that's going to live on forever, don't call it new whatever.
Bam.
Windows NT, new technology.
New England, not England.
We're not new anymore. Anyway, as you were saying, you eventually end up at the blues after going through these other things.
Yeah, and so the blues will be, at least here in the States, it's commonly taught and kind of shoved into the jazz box. I would like to think because it involves a lot of improvisation.
Yes, because they're not the same thing.
Precisely. And when you're taught the blues as a yang in here, typically there's two flavors of blues you're allowed to play. There's what's known as the 12-bar and there's what's known as the 16-bar blues. Mm-hmm. Bar simply meaning it's just slang for measure in musical terminology. So
what is measure slang for?
I don't know. I got really afraid because you're the guy with the degree in this. So, and
I was hoping you would say bar. And
I could have done the reciprocal thing. I flipped it on you. Anyway, you end up with these two formats, and it's literally this one is just a little longer than the other one. They kind of have a way that they roll through these same chord progressions. They're both, in my personal humble opinion, a little freaking boring once you hear them multiple times over, a la 53 Muddy Waters songs, right?
Right.
So the cool part is you're going to see different kinds of structures, and I wasn't hip to the one chord structure until this past week.
Yeah, and one chord doesn't mean bad.
Yeah. By the way, one chord also doesn't mean one note. They're playing a melody, they're playing a motif or a riff or an ostinato, but it really just kind of has one centerpiece. It doesn't go anywhere. It's hard. You look at real jazz down the road. You look at guys like George Benson, who's known for being able to solo over one chord endlessly. He just has these ideas and he can bend notes to places and come up with the phrases that even if the rest of the band does not change what they're doing for 5 minutes straight, he finds a way to make it interesting. You can say in this tune, right, in Moanin at Midnight, Howlin' Wolf not only on his vocals, but I'm assuming he's the harmonica player in this.
Yes.
Has great ideas that kind of just stick to this one chord. So as we talk about format, here you're going to see two major formats throughout the course of this album. I just didn't want you to be lost when I inevitably mention them.
Thank you, Carl.
My bad on the run over sentences there. How many more years would my explanation have taken? Song 2?
Yeah. So this is actually the B-side to Moanin at Midnight when he recorded this as singles. So it's interesting they just put them back to back on the album.
Great.
And this song, one historical note on this song, considered to be one of the very first songs recorded to feature a power chord.
Oh, let's get it.
Yeah. And that's Willie Johnson's aggressive guitar tone. And just
Dude, it's so good. His tone in this song is awesome.
Yeah.
It's this great overdriven guitar.
Absolutely.
Kind of comes out of nowhere. And it's smoking. I would kill for that tone.
Yeah. Yeah. And given technology and what they're doing, it's...
Yeah, that was not a boutique pedal. That was just him crunching the crappy amp.
There's no bit crusher or anything.
No, it's awesome. 12-bar blues on this one, so you get a whole different song format as well. That's incredibly traditional. This is what I think. I think the 12-bar blues is what most people hear as the blues. If I were to, put it out
and
there.
you get a lot more like call and response type stuff in that. Like I think this is "You Didn't Want Me, Baby, Why'd You Put Me Down?" Like,
say it again.
Yeah.
In a lot of these blues formats, you'll hear this repeated theme. It's kind of a ask the same question 3 times, give a response.
Yeah.
Is a very common way to put the verse down.
Yeah.
Fun song. His vocal tone has now shifted entirely.
Yeah, it has.
He kind of has 2 or 3 versions of himself, right?
His clean moan, the
Whole
Yeah.
and open.
a 6'3" beast whose body cavity is resonating with his.
That's one version.
Yeah.
And I think you really heard that in the first tune. Here, you get this more
It sounds like the wolf.
kind of strained,
Yeah.
and a little conniving.
Yeah. Are you familiar with a radio DJ named Wolfman Jack? Mm-hmm. So Wolfman Jack derived his persona based off of his mannerisms. He already had the scratchy voice. So
Just figure you'd lean into the rest of it.
yeah, so he was a radio DJ in the 60s and 70s, also featured in the movie American Graffiti.
That's where I know this from. Okay,
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, because there's a whole scene with him and I think it's Richard Dreyfuss. And Richard Dreyfuss wants to do like a dedication. And he's like, "Where's the Wolfman? Where's the Wolfman?" And he's like, "He's not here." And he's not affecting the voice. And he's like, "Yeah, he just sends me in tapes or whatever." And they have this whole conversation. And then he gives him the dedication. He's like, "If I can get it to him, we'll do it." Richard Dreyfuss leaves, and he's like, all right, we won't bet Jack here."
Sly.
Yeah.
You see an uptick in listenership here. Generally speaking, on our albums, the first song punches pretty hard in the amount of streams. And don't get me wrong, I think 7 million streams. It's the 3rd highest number on here for the first song. We actually see an uptick almost to 10 million streams for how many more years?
Yeah, and there's a tiny bit of controversy on this one because of the how many more years and how many more times, which is a Led Zeppelin song. Even though this doesn't sound anything like it. We talked about the Lemon song, but to me it doesn't sound like Led Zeppelin. But
No.
but anyway, because Led Zeppelin leaned heavily into the blues and didn't give a ton of credit at the time, because you just stole from people back then, kind of.
You can just make the argument. Well, yeah, I will say it felt like, and this has to be like a dispersion thing, right? Like there were just so fewer songs to pick from when covering.
Yeah.
We've never had more access than we do at this very moment to like literally anything. Anybody with half of a brain cell can put something on Spotify now.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I mean, even I covered 4 Icelandic songs.
There you go. You can just put anything on here. And so with a limited pool of songs and therefore an even more limited pool of good songs.
Yeah.
And these songs are traveling by word of mouth and someone handing somebody, a bootleg recording. Everybody's covering the same stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, worse than, the wagon wheel system that we have going now. Way worse.
Yeah. Great.
Cool.
We're doing good so far.
Indeed. Let's move on to song number 3. This is a Smokestack Lightning. Now, this one slams. This is actually the highest streamed on this album by far. Listen to this. Moanin at Midnight, 7. How many more years? 9.6. Smokestack Lightning, 88 million.
That's more than twice as much.
That's more than thrice as much. That's more than, I don't know what, if he's quad, I don't even know what to say. That's a heck of a lot, sir.
Yeah.
That's 9 times the amount of streams as the first song.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times.
And you know why?
No.
The sick guitar lick.
Okay.
It's such a cool guitar lick.
It is.
I'm going to sit down and learn that one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably Willie Johnson.
I was thinking so. He's that same kind of intensity,
Yeah. Hubert Sumlin's also playing guitar on this, but I think that's I think it's Willie Johnson doing that.
Yeah. Once again, we kind of get singer number 1 back in this pile. More soulful, more open.
Yeah.
Not so wolfy.
Yeah, and This is a Chess Records recording. This was 1956. Obviously, it's a signature song. This one was number 8 on the R&B charts.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good harmonica playing yet again. We're 3 for 3 harmonica. There's harmonica in, I think, every song on this album.
Yeah, apparently this was inspired by childhood memories of him, watching trains at night in Mississippi.
How many trains do you think he could knock over with a hoe?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Hey, big boy.
Yeah, probably as many grams of cocaine as James Brown did when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a formula.
Yeah, there's a formula.
We'll get the formula out to you. If you are a mathematician or a physician, you should hit us up at Backwards Beats Podcasts. And we'll put together a study. Maybe we can get a grant.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or if you work for the Postal Service, that's fine too.
I'm into all of this.
Yeah.
This song, besides having just a sick name, I think sets yet another style up really early in the album, right?
Yeah.
And not so much in format, something we've already heard, but it just has kind of a cool color to it.
Yeah. And there's pretty well-known cover of the song by the Yardbirds.
I wasn't familiar with that.
And Manfred Mann also did. I researched that one because I I couldn't remember, and I thought it was the Yardbirds. Yep. Yeah.
So do you think that affects the streaming numbers too? Like people know the Yardbirds version, therefore go back and listen to this?
I don't know because not being a massive Howlin' Wolf fan, I like you appreciate the blues. I just don't dive deep into it. I'll go to a blues bar and I'm all about it. But I knew Smokestack Lightning. I just knew it in my core. I knew what the song sounded like. I didn't even have to listen to it for this song. So I don't know why I knew it.
I didn't know any of this coming in. So this is new to me.
Yeah, it's the only song I knew off this album for sure.
Yeah, what sticks to me with this one is there's kind of this nice swagger in the beat on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's somewhere in between like swing, but not. It's like just kissing what like Jay Dilla got into.
I was just going to say it's early Dilla.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's sloppy good.
Yeah, this is Earl Phillips playing drums in this one.
Let's go, Earl.
Yeah.
Man. Cool. So that gets us out of Smokestack Lightning and into Baby How Long.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm correct, right?
Yes, you're correct.
You're staring at me.
You're correct.
Our streams fall off from 88 million to a simple 1 million, which seems stark.
It does. This is slower song. It's more of a shuffle.
Dude, this is not just a shuffle. This is important. Have I ever talked about the DC shuffle before?
Not on this podcast.
So the DC shuffle was introduced to me by my good friend Ralph Michael Rillen, who was just here an hour ago. He's been drumming forever. I won't tell you his age because he would kill me if he was young enough to get up and kill me.
But he's been on this podcast.
And indeed he has. And he's been on this earth for much longer than me. And he's played with a lot of great groups, especially based out of the Washington, D.C. area. And you know how different areas have different kind of vibes. You get your different music styles. Apparently, this big thing back in the 50s and 60s in D.C. was this thing called the D.C. Shuffle.
Okay.
And so you think about a typical shuffle. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's kind of the pulse that you get.
Yeah.
And traditionally, what you'll end up doing is you'll put a kick drum on 1, a snare on 3, and so in your right hand, or you'll kind of keep that dun to cha to dun to cha to dun.
Yeah, you're playing the first and third note of a triplet.
Easy peasy. Yep. That's right. The DC shuffle, every sound source that you can possibly play plays that all together. Claw, 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 with like just a hobble, and it's incredibly effective when used at the right time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want an entire song with the DC Shuffle, but if you're playing in a blues band, which I've played at like blues jams on, especially on drums, and been bored as hell, that's a great way to elevate it. It's just adding more sound sources into the same cadence. This song has that.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't know that I'd call this like a true DC Shuffle. You should go look one up if you want to hear it. But know that I heard this, and it's in all caps. That is this a DC Shuffle on my notes here?
Yeah.
Other things I like about this is you get this guitar right up front in the mix.
And interplay between the two guitar players.
Absolutely.
Nice, yeah.
It feels so good. It is a 12-bar format.
Yeah.
And you end up with not only interplay between the guitars, but with the harmonica as well.
Yeah.
This is the first example where everybody really has a space. It's not like singer, someone take a solo. Here, it's like everybody kind of gets their piece.
Yeah. And this one here also has Otis Spawn on piano.
I was gonna say, yeah, I got lots of great piano playing too.
Yeah, and
A lot of range on that piano.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this later, but I'll talk about it now since I talked about it. Otis Spawn, he's a very well-known piano player. Widely regarded as one of the greatest blues pianists of all time, at least by Mick Jagger. No, but he played with Muddy Waters for a long time in the 50s and 60s. And what I noticed here in his playing, he kind of has like these boogie woogie roots. This song does not really have a lot of them there, but I feel like he has this command of feel, and he is part of the conversation in his playing. That's what I really got out of his playing. Like, wow, there's like 3 or 4 other piano players in here, but Otis to me stood out enough. For like, who the hell is playing this?
There's like a strike to his keys that was like Thelonious Monk-esque in my mind, like just cool little.
Yeah, he's got like his left hand is like keeping the tempo, driving along, and his right hand is just free to do what it needs to do.
And it found the right spots.
Yeah,
it's so hard when you have a lot of people who are allowed to improv on stage to find the place to speak.
Yeah,
and he just was effective. Yeah, the piano playing. This is my favorite song on the whole album.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's up there for me too. It's pretty darn.
There's
good.
one other I would consider, but I don't know. I could plant my flag here.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right. Anything else on that?
No, thank you.
No place to go. Parentheses. You're gonna wreck my life. Close parentheses.
If that's not a blues title, I don't know what is.
I love that. And it's song number 5. It slips just under 1 million streams, but that's okay. We can talk about it. We're back to a 1/4.
Yep.
It's actually like 1/4 with this. Really, I mean, it has this line, this ostinato that never stops the entire tune. It's a really interesting line that they wrote.
Yeah.
It doesn't really resolve.
No, it doesn't.
But it's interesting.
Right. Well, what are you going to do? You have 1 chord. You need to do something to keep the tension going. So if you're not going to do it harmonically, you do it melodically.
There you go.
Yeah.
I whenever you ended that by saying, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So this tune right here, my big note was, yeah, Black Keys definitely stole some stuff from him.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that.
And then it says Zeppelin too.
Yeah. And where do you get Zeppelin on this one?
Vocal presentation, vocal ideas. I mean,
Robert Plant definitely got some of his howling from Howlin' Wolf.
no question about it. And it's evident. This song, for some reason, was the one that really struck me. It's like, okay, here it is.
Yeah.
You have to have some skill, some range, some vision to be able to vocally do interesting things over the same idea over and over again.
Yeah. And that to me is what really makes Howlin' Wolf, just really compelling as an artist.
Agreed. Even with him being so compelling, though, after about 1.5 minutes of this, I'm done.
Yeah. Of this song? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The song is not my favorite song.
No. Mine says NGL, kind of boring. Harmonica was present.
NGL,
I'm
not gonna lie.
I'm also coming off of a song I really, really liked.
Yeah.
But I thought this is an interesting song. This is someone's song out there. Someone will go, that is my jam.
Yeah. I mean, again.
And his name is Dan Auerbach.
Yeah. I mean, this is another Otis Spawn, and I think the piano is good. I think it adds to sort of like that stomping kind of feel to it. It's where you're getting there. So I feel it's interesting, but yeah, compared to what you just came off of, maybe it's not fair. Maybe rearranged.
Yeah, maybe
like
it falls somewhere else for me.
Yeah.
I feel like when you have these 1-chord songs, though, especially with repeated themes, it's almost like taking a moment of time and stretching it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not the same way I think we go about looking at songs traditionally, trying to write a song, tell a story. I think this is about dialing in and dilating and like perseverating on like a moment and really getting the most out of it.
Yeah.
Because this tune, I don't feel like it's very long. It's 3 minutes like everything else. It just feels so much longer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a high point for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's well placed at number 5 on the album. If this was a first 3-er, I'd be a little worried.
Yeah. This is, I'm curious. I'm guessing, I mean, there's 12 songs. Do you think it's 6 and 6 on the vinyl?
That would make the most sense. And if you look at the way that the song's times are, everything kind of hovers the 3-minute line consistently through the whole album.
Yeah.
So that makes
So
that'll make the most sense.
Piss on Wax, yeah.
And so they were like, hey, what's a good burn spot? Because there is something to be said about the last song you hear before flipping your disc.
Yeah.
So 5 might be the safest place to bury.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I know they think about that now, and I know they certainly have thought about that for years. Whether they thought about it on this album, it's hard to say, but it's definitely part of album craft.
It is indeed. Album craft is a very real thing.
Yeah.
Let's scooch on to All Night Boogie, or parentheses, All Night Long. Sorry, Lionel Richie.
Yeah, Howlin' Wolf got it first.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We take a further loss, just under 700,000 streams on this bad boy.
Yeah. You think it's because it's like up tempo and a little bit happier?
I think it's the recording quality.
Oh yeah.
Of the 6 songs so far featured on this album. And look, I'm not comparing this to modern recording. I'm not even comparing this to recording of its time.
Right.
It's pretty rough recording across the board, but it's listenable, as I said earlier. This is the roughest we've heard yet.
Yeah. I think for most of the recording quality on this album, it actually adds to the charm of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the only one so far I think it degrades.
Yes.
However, there is one thing in here that does work for me, and it's the fuzz guitar.
Yeah.
It does help. The
Yeah.
guitar tone is, once again, gnarly. I love this.
Really aggressive for what the song is.
Totally.
Yeah.
Kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, is this like, this reminds me of like one of the effects that back when we were listening to, who was it? Like the Kooks album or something like that. They were just like, or the Stooges.
Yeah.
Would just slap this thing in there and be like, hard pan left, loud fuzz.
You know, we've talked about Led Zeppelin, and I'm only making this connection as we're speaking here, so I haven't really marinated on it. I'd have to do side by side, but we mentioned How Many More Times by Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
And I don't know how familiar you are with that song, in the guitar tone in that song.
I know the tune, yeah. I can hear it in my head.
It's a very, when they get the da 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 down 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 down, it's almost.
No, it has.
Yeah.
This is fuzz.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that word here.
Yeah.
There's a big difference that, I was reading this forum the other day about, what are the real big differences between distortion and overdrive. And people are looking at hard clipping versus soft clipping, blah, 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 blah. Fuzz is its own distinctive characteristic.
Yeah.
That's like glitching out your signal. There's a big difference. And here, to hear something that's so fuzzy this early,
Right.
very much pre-Hendrix and stuff, you're just like, this kicks ass.
Yeah, and you can probably speak to this better than I can, but distortion and overdrive. Essentially, overdrive is just cranking your speaker up until it distorts. Distortion is actually processing it in a way. So Eddie Van Halen never used distortion. He overdrove his guitar.
But there's arguments to be made.
Metallica uses distortion,
Yes, no. That realm is a massive gray area. We should do a piece of content on this.
Yeah.
That'd be so much
But
fun.
for all intents and purposes.
It's a fairly safe way of looking at
Yeah.
it. Fairly safe. Fuzz is its own demon, though.
Yeah.
And so to hear it this early in the game on something I did not think I'd hear it on, pretty stoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's getting buried by some of the most obtrusive harmonica playing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds like somebody trying to like do a Dylan cover, like just blowing chords. That's all. Like overbearingly, just chugging away.
Well, it's a boogie, and I think he's trying to replicate something that
There's
the
a
harmonicas-
movement, yeah.
Yeah, that's not meant to.
It ain't good.
Yeah.
I want to like the song because I like the energy and I like the guitar effect. I don't like the fidelity of the tune. I don't like the harmonica playing, so I'm kind of at a loss.
Yeah, the drums have some swagger that
Yeah, truly. I would just love to hear a different version of this one. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah. I will say it had kind of like the good old "Wake Up This Morning,"
Yeah.
which down the road becomes a calling card for blues players all the way over to the Sopranos song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, very classic, very cool. So just anytime you can catch that little Easter egg, I like to highlight that.
Good catch.
Yeah. That puts us at song 6, where we're suspected to have had a break in the album. Do you want to take a break, or do you want to hammer through these?
let's take a break.
Sounds good.
Tea was the first word she said, like it mattered. We sat on the porch and pretended to taste it. I asked, "Are we still pretending?" She didn't blink. There was a long pause, and then, "You," she said, staring past me. He showed up late. MP, stitched on his shoulder, mud on his boots, silence in his hands. The letter he brought was wax-sealed, S, deep red. She held it, looked at me, and said, "You." Then, as the fire took it, C from foam smoke. Her finger traced the shape. I whispered, "K." And finally, as almost a sigh, S. We said no more after that.
So, if the only difference between mortadella and bologna is quality of meat and the pistachio, what's up with the price difference?
Well, I think mortadella also works good as a toe spreader.
Do they use that at like spas?
Yeah, you keep your toes apart because, you wear shoes that are too tight. Well, women, especially when they wear high heels, it points their toes down and they sometimes need to spread their toes.
I think they do the toe spreader because they don't want the paint to get ruined.
Well, there's two reasons. One is actually anatomically, like trying to fix your broken feet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds so scary.
Yeah.
Then what's the cucumber water for?
Yummy.
Okay. All right. Welcome back. We're exploring the deep mysteries of life here with Howlin Wolf. Moanin in the Moonlight is the album. We are on what we think is the B side of the album. And we have 6 more tunes that we need to review. We're going to open up on the song Evil.
Evil
Parentheses is going on.
is going on. And it is for sure.
Yeah. And it is a strong opener. 6 million listens on the Spotify.
Yeah.
And Punch is still under 3 minutes here, but there's a lot going on in this tune.
There is. This one is written by Willie Dixon.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, I love the feel of this song.
Yeah, it's like nothing else on this album. It has a drum groove that's really uncanny, unique. It's just really, really kind of a nice... they set it up really well.
And that's Earl J. Dilla Phillips again.
J. Dilla, Earl of Philla.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How much coke do you think he did as a kid? None, because he's got the sickest groove. You have a really good blend of all of this instrumentation, but they're all kind of going balls to the wall, too.
Yeah, this is where I actually wanted to talk about Otis Spawn because his piano playing in this is it's next
so
level.
Fire.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing going on. The harmonica playing is good, but yeah, no one really touches this. My words are piano player is going ham. These dudes have no restraint. Reminds me of a slow drunk second line.
Okay.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
Because that's that Dilla-esque feel. It's like, the second line, you think, that good old New Orleans style street parade.
Yeah.
Just swaggered out.
Yeah, and this is and again with the piano, what's so great about it is he's such a part of the conversation. He has a solo, but even when he's not, the call and response, the way he's interplaying, it's just a freaking masterclass. It's really phenomenal piano playing in this.
Yeah, only matched by the vocals in this tune.
Yeah.
My God, some of the best on the album, in my opinion. You're back to character number 1. This is a more soulful approach.
Yep.
Though he does kind of get a little raspy and bitey around some phrase endings.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the word evil is done with that rasp, which makes sense.
And so you get the full package here.
Yeah.
What a fun song to start what we would think would be the second part of this disc experience with.
Yeah, and this is the one that I think is my favorite.
Yeah, this is my second favorite. I have it as I like this one a lot. That's how I know. I don't write these things if I don't have it. But it's a hallmark. Do not miss this song on the album. In fact, if you have to listen to one song on this album, this might actually be the one I tell people to go check out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the world thinks Smokestack Lightning's the one to do, but
Yeah.
this one I enjoy more.
I'll take this over Smokestack.
Yeah.
But really, really fun tune. If you scooch on down to song number 8, I'm Leaving You. Our streams fall off to sub 1 million just in the 800,000 run here.
I agree with that.
And you have a massive vocal timbre switch.
You do.
This is not the same artist. If you didn't know, you wouldn't think these are the same artists.
Yeah, and actually, maybe that's why I this is probably my least favorite song on the album. But
I'm fine with this one.
Yeah.
You know what this song does have? It has some of the hallmark bluesy things that, I think most people affiliate with blues tunes. So it has like the big stop in the verse where, everybody hits together.
Yep.
That Stevie Ray Vaughan made, like hung his hat on.
yeah,
It's a very predictable blues tune in my mind. But the vocals are just so different than what I thought they would be.
yeah, and it's slower. I mean, I don't get a lot. There's 2 guitar players on this one.
I was gonna say the guitar work's actually really nice on this tune.
Yeah. This is Hubert, someone we already talked about, and L.D. McGee playing guitar on this one.
I'd like to think that the second verse guitar playing is LD. It's just because I like that name.
Yeah, and I think it might be because I think characteristically it's a little bit different than what I'm used to hearing.
It's the only time I've heard anything like that on this album.
Yeah.
And this was a more clean guitar approach. We've had these cool kind of effects, whether it was recording quality or just intention or
Fuzz boxes.
whatever gear they had that day. Yeah, right. This is some pretty cool down the middle. There's some nice licks here. There's some melodic playing.
Yeah,
Harmonica is here. My notes say
harmonica is here.
now that we're this deep in the album, there's good harmonica playing on this album. Towards this, latter part of it, I'm getting fatigued from its role. I don't like harmonica. I decided I don't want to hear harmonica 12 songs in a row.
Well, the thing is I think Howlin' Wolf is a great harmonica player, but he doesn't have it. Not a lot of harmonica players have a ton of tricks in their bag, right? They're not all John Popper.
I don't love
Right.
it for filling.
Right.
If you're just going to doodle on the thing,
Yeah.
John Popper's a mofo.
Right.
Frank Yane is a mofo.
Right.
Like, people can play. Stevie Wonder. Like,
Oh God. Yeah.
yeah, but but then you end up with, and you look at the rock world of harmonica players. Dylan wasn't any good at harmonica, right? Lord knows Steven Tyler and or Alanis Morissette aren't good harmonica
I knew you were going to
players.
mention her. Did you see her at Glastonbury?
No.
Yeah. So the whole Glastonbury festival that just went on.
There's one headlight that dominated the rest, so I didn't know she was there.
Oh, the Brat one.
No, the guy's getting banned from
Oh yeah.
our country. Anyway,
Yeah. No,
so
I thought you were talking about Charlie burning the Brat flag, causing some.
causing a scene.
Yeah. It's her flag.
Everybody just wants to one up each other, man.
Yeah.
So on.
All right. I have to ask you this question.
Okay,
Why is Lorde taking her shirt off all the time now?
that's like one of her things.
Why can't she just sing?
Because that's not enough.
It's fine. Her music's good.
It's fine. The problem is
People really. I'm okay. Lukewarm on her. Like she's fine. But
they book Lorde at festivals, but Lorde doesn't make festival front music. Like, I don't think festivals are a good pairing for Lorde.
yeah.
She like her vibe is like so like ambient, like it just doesn't scream fast. And to the point where on her first tour,
Yeah.
she dropped that song Royals, right?
Yep.
She was getting booed off of stages because there's like she's not like a big presence.
No.
She doesn't like over sexy it. She doesn't like jump crazy in the air, and her songs are not hyped. I'm not saying she's not a good artist. I think she's a great artist.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, I think she's taking her shirt off to keep a crowd sometimes.
But I'll say the performance I saw of hers at Glastonbury, the crowd were in it.
That's because they've learned. Also,
Yeah.
isn't Lorde of the UK?
Yeah.
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 I think she got slammed over here.
Yeah. It's just like, you know what? Like, I think it's actually my commentary here is if you want to be sexy, go ahead and be sexy. I do think it's unfortunate that it it's always been a thing. I feel like we're on this super big uptick of how little clothing can I get away with wearing. Mm-hmm. Like it's like through the roof. I'm not trying to sound like a prude, but it's like you're a good artist. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. I worry about the booking and the billing on that.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have to pull your girls out to appease a crowd every
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Look, by the way, if this is a liberation statement, you feel free.
Yeah, 'cause I wouldn't say she's sexing it up because she just had like pants on and she just took her shirt off and she's just wearing whatever bra she had underneath. It wasn't like she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another girl, Tovlo.
Yeah.
She, or whatever, I think that's her name. That's her thing. There's a song every show and she's expected to flash the crowd.
Yeah. So she's not like Charlie's, basically her I don't know, her pants basically look like she's naked. Like
No, but that's Charlie's.
That's
Charlie's
thing.
always been,
Yeah.
I crashed my car into a bridge. I don't care. Like she goes for the party girl image. You see the stuff that she does inside of the pop magazines, and like every photo is supposed to be her like, hungover with a cigarette hanging out her mouth and her boobs out. Like,
Yeah.
when that's your thing,
Right.
so be it.
Yeah.
No, the Lord one, I agree. It's kind of just mid road for me, and it's like, hey, like,
Yeah.
this isn't
Just keep your integrity and do what you do.
yeah. Or don't listen to us. But
Yeah. What do I know?
I'm saddened if you feel like you have to.
Yeah. That's my point.
That's
yeah.
that's where we come from. All right, good. Yeah,
I don't think Muddy Waters whipped his stuff out on stage, did he?
No, but he did whip a guy with a hoe.
HOE.
How much coke do you think Lord did as a kid? We were talking about Alanis Morissette though. Did she have a thing happen at Glastonbury as well?
Yeah, she put on some good performances.
Good.
She still got the chops and
She's always a fun show. I've seen her 2 or 3 times. She's awesome.
yeah.
Man, I saw her with Garbage. That was a sick line because
Yeah.
Garbage is still good.
Yeah.
Like those guys and girl are fantastic. I've seen
Yeah.
Garbage twice. Saw them at the 930 Club, the legendary 930 Club. Fantastic show. A couple years later, saw them open for Alanis and Merriweather. Also,
Yeah.
great show.
That's awesome.
Fantastic show. Moving on.
Moving on.
We were at I'm Leaving You.
Yep.
Now we're going over to Moanin' for My Baby.
I really like this one.
Yeah, me too.
I like the moaning.
Oh, dude, the moan at the beginning is epic.
God, it's like you're either in the fields or you're in church. I don't know what it is, but it just gets you.
Yeah, and I recognize I am not of the time of the 50s, and nowadays, moaning for my baby seems a little cringy. But I imagine at the time this was pretty cool and hot. And if this song didn't get him laid, I don't know what would. The drum, by the way, is my favorite feature after the moan in this song. The drum groove in this song is pretty good.
Earl J. Dilla Phillips.
Yes, my man. There is definitely a theme here, right?
Yeah. He's the MVP on this one.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah, I agree. And got some tenor saxophone.
How about that?
How
It was
about
so cool to hear something different.
Yeah. I like it. That is Adolph Billy Dawkins. Back when you could still probably name your kid Adolph.
We can get away with it.
Yeah, well, he was probably named before you couldn't do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so.
He's stuck with it afterwards.
Well, that's why he's Billy.
Adolph?
Adolph,
Billy.
quote, Billy Dawkins, yeah.
He needs a better nickname. Yeah. No, this is a cool tune, a nice change of pace. But the intro kind of steals the show, right?
Yeah. Maybe he could take on Bull Cow as a nickname.
Man, we lack nicknames. We need some nicknames.
Well, you have a nickname.
Oh yeah, I guess we do. We do have two.
Only I call you that, but yeah.
I think Kevin partakes in
Yeah.
in the tuna shaming.
Yeah.
This is a great song. Unfortunately, it just punches over 1 million streams on Spotify, which is fine. If you move down to the next tune now, number 10, I Asked for Water.
I wanted this song to be better than it is. And what I mean by that is, it actually did quite well. I thought it was something else because this is actually, I asked for water and she gave me gasoline. Sometimes it's parenthetical. Mm-hmm. So I was ready for, I just didn't get what I was hoping for when this came on. It's not a bad song. Actually, I do like it, but
there's bones of a good song here.
yeah, okay.
I will start with some of my positives.
Yep.
he sounds thirsty.
Yeah, he does.
Like the character, I'm convinced.
I asked for
Yeah, he's like really leaning into it. I love it. It's definitely more of a Howlin character too than one.
Yep.
Definitely. And yeah, he sounds desperate. I have no problem with his vocal performance at all.
What about his harmonica playing?
Don't like it.
Yeah, I put piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not in a good way in this case for me.
No. It's and here's the other factor is this is a very interesting chord chart.
Okay.
Because is it a one chord song? It's really hard to tell.
It is hard. Yeah.
It's hard to tell because if there were a way to guarantee that everybody walked in out of tune in full different ways that day,
Yes.
they did that. The intonation across the board is so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some like Beefheart fan out there right now who's flaming us like, no, it's supposed to be that way. You guys know what we're talking about. It's a catastrophe of
No,
sound.
this isn't Jacob Collier doing microtonal crap. They're just all out of tune. Or not even necessarily out of tune, just like
There's some people who are definitively out of tune.
right. And then there's a difference between intonation and out of tune.
Yes, entirely.
Right.
But like nothing connects in this song.
No.
You're sitting a minute 20 into the song going, I'm not sure how this song goes. Like I couldn't sing it back to you.
Yeah.
It's
Other than the hook.
yeah, but that's not singing
that's
the
the first
song.
line, yeah.
Yeah, it's the support system. The people who are supposed to be supporting Howlin's vocal part are all failing simultaneously.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's musicianship or if it's tuning.
Well, you got Willie Dixon on bass, Earl Phillips on drums.
Yeah, like it should be good on paper.
Yeah.
Someone correct us if we're wrong.
No, the intonation is a fact. You can't dispute that fact.
It
And
sounds really bad.
this is not like Christoph Penderecki, like experimental, like postmodernist classical music. This is,
It's not even I'll forget for the times out. Like they didn't have snark tuners. Like you probably didn't have the money to bring a piano tuner in every single time you wanted to do one of these things. You definitely didn't have the best technology for recording. But holy shit, it's so off.
right. So if you're going to build a compilation album at your, this is a Chess Records compilation album. Couldn't you have like, all right, I'm going to put this compilation together. Maybe we re-record this one.
Yeah, there has to be another cut of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, opportunity at a good song and what I consider to be lyrically fun.
Yeah.
Not fun, but like it really checks the box of the blues.
It's a very theatrical
precisely
song. Yeah.
And maybe there's something we're missing here. Maybe it's they were like, yo, drop that B string over here. Hey, I need you to really mess up this, I'm going to play flat, whatever it might be on the harmonica. Maybe they were going for something that just felt like chaos and stress.
Do you think that they're thematically dehydrated and that's why they're all out of tune?
Anemic? Yeah, there could be. In which case,
is this now a concept, deep, like higher concept song?
who's to say it's not?
It's a blues album. It's usually not.
Who's to say it's not?
Yeah.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Because this is the biggest letdown on the entire album for me,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Scooch on over to song number 11, aptly titled 44.
44.
Spelled out, by the way.
Yes.
Just under 2 million streams. This is
Is this a DC shuffle?
I had a feeling that question was coming. If you were to look at it on paper, you could make the argument. Now, the DC shuffle traditionally, from my understanding, is ta 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 ta. This beat's backwards. It's like a reverse clave of it. Ta 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 ta.
Yeah.
It's flipped. And it's has a really, really, really heavy pulse on the 1 and 3, not the 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And so in the music world, when people accent on the 1 and 3, we call it white people clapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the white people clapping of the DC shuffle.
Yes.
And it's fast.
And what's interesting is when the song first time I heard it, first time it came on, I'm like, oh, I don't think I like this, but I actually do like this. To me, it transitions in my mind. It's weird, and I think I like it because it's weird.
Well, the groove doesn't really change.
No.
It's another 1-chord song. They kind of lock into this idea and just hammer away at it. Mm-hmm. And it's the vocals. This is the second worst recorded song on the album. Mm-hmm. Like, even though I kind of just pooped all over, I asked for water. The recording quality was not poor.
No. Intonation and
the intonation, tuning, and where people decided to put their instrument parts was poor.
Yeah.
Here, the recording quality is actually quite poor, and so you can't really blame that on the musicians per se.
No.
The vocals are clipping to death.
Actually, and to me, normally I don't like that. It works for me in this song to some extent. I mean, it's a song about I carried my gun. 44 is reference to a gun. Because he wore it so long, his shoulder was sore and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like, to me, even though I don't think it was intentional, right? It's not devil's haircut like I'm going to clip,
Yeah,
right?
Nice.
Right? It's not that, but accidentally, I think it actually adds a color to the song. Otherwise,
it authenticates it for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little bit distracting of a listen. I think it's because I don't gel with the groove. It's just so odd.
Yeah. Like I said, I hated it at first, and I'm like, I think I kind of like it, and I can't tell you why.
I don't hate the song. I wouldn't remove this from this album. It's kind of a weird one, and I think where it's positioned too, there's a little bit of fatigue towards an end of an album naturally.
Yeah.
You listen through, by the time you get to 11, especially at this recording quality,
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, like this is a little heavy for these ears at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting tune to say the least. If you're a drummer, you should probably listen to this and see what the heck's going on. If you're a drummer, listen to the back half of this whole album. Mm-hmm. You're going to hear stuff you've never heard. I'm not saying for the good, but you're going to hear stuff you never heard.
Yeah. I think, and you can definitely get ideas from this.
Yeah, like what not to do.
Or, just like sometimes you might record an entire album of complete bullshit, and then all of a sudden there becomes like a movement like industrial. And they took those raw ingredients.
Yep.
And somehow you create an album of entire bullshit, and it gets to be like in the 500 greatest albums of all time.
Oh yeah, we've seen it happen more than once.
Yeah,
y'all. We've seen it happen more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, this is interesting.
This
at
is
best.
not that, but
this
yeah.
is not that. But yeah, it's interesting at best. The some of the drum choices. In fact, it brings you to is before we get into the last tune, song number 12. This is not by any lengths the album I thought it would be. I'm kind of reiterating what I said earlier. Mm-hmm. This is not a typical blues album.
This album has layers.
It does. It has a lot of them. And I think that there's something really great about being able to document this part in time. There's a reason so many of the same old blues songs and tropes come to surface, right?
Yeah.
And if you go see a blues band, you pretty know around here, you pretty much know what you're getting into. I have a feeling we're sitting in something very experimental, right?
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that there's space for that.
Yeah.
I just want to put down tape.
Yeah. On tape.
Digital tape. Last tune, Someone in My Home.
That's kind of creepy, isn't it?
Terrifying.
Yeah. Home invasion song.
Home invasion. What do you think?
I like this song a bit more than the streams would have. I like
Streams only got it at just over 600,000.
Yeah. I like kind of like the dark, brooding atmosphere of this song. And I like the tenor sax.
Yeah, you get that sax is back, which is super cool.
Yeah.
You have sax over yet again another 1/4.
Yep.
There's not a 16 bar blues on this album.
No, there's not.
Which where was this based out of?
Chicago. Well, it was Mississippi, Chicago, but yes, Chicago.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if the 16 bar format had really taken hold at that point, because
I'm not enough of a blues guy to know if the 16 bar blues came out of jazz blues.
yeah, it could be a chart thing. but
I don't remember that.
It
Yeah.
never it never made its way in.
Yeah.
What did make its way in is some really hefty and a kind of brooding, as you said, expressive vocals.
Yeah.
Really strong way to wrap up with signature, great sounding vocals.
Yeah.
Overall, by the way, this album has fantastic vocal work head to toe.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to make one minor correction. I said Chicago, which is true. But some of the stuff was also recorded in Memphis.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because Memphis is going to be my question.
Yeah.
It's funny. You can track your barbecue and your blues almost the same way here.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
different styles.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the vocals. I think top to bottom, if you really want to figure out Howlin' Wolf, look no further than the way he presents melody. The storytelling's fine. The lyrics really hit me second over the presentation and the choices and the way he shares space with other melodic instruments.
Yeah. He's just a natural, right?
Indeed.
And one of the things, a quote I saw of him around his vocal choices is, I couldn't do no yodeling, so I turned to howling.
Dude, this guy also has like the best one-liners.
Yeah.
I bet he didn't have to take his shirt off at his concert.
The wolf's his own boss.
The wolf's his own boss. Yeah, this song has one feature that drives me insane. I'm not sure if it's in a good way or not.
Okay. What's that?
The snare drum in this song,
Yeah.
it's got like a delay or a verb on it, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
It just has like this trail. But the timbre of this thing, the sound of the snare drum, I don't know why. It sounds like someone took off like a leather loafer, like a shoe, and is hitting it with the full surface of the shoe.
Yeah.
It's really striking, no pun intended. It's just this dull thud. And it's the surface area use, and to me, it lends to the vocals. I doubt it was they intended for this sound, but man, it's really cool.
Well, this is Earl Phillips on drums.
My man.
And I almost, I'm with you. I was curious what you're going to say. I feel like it's an old, like Civil War era marching snare.
Perfect.
Like detuned, like a little bit.
Detuned by Nate. Like they just weren't tight heads.
Yeah. It wasn't like the, was it the Blue Angel, Blue Devils?
Blue Devils.
Blue
sounds
Devils,
more
yeah.
like
Blue
it,
Angels
yeah.
are the airplane. Blue Devils are the,
Yeah, but these Kevlar tight ass heads.
Yeah.
No, this is like,
Yeah.
and there's something incredibly pleasing about how that connects with the song. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I agree. I think this song, I think more people should listen to this song.
It's probably this and Evil, which are the bookends of the second half of this album.
Yeah.
Are the two best songs on the back half of the album.
I concur.
There's some pretty questionable crap back here, but nothing for the same reasons, right? One song you just have this weird, odd kind of detuning thing going on. One song you have a very odd groove going on. Mm-hmm. One song simply, I just don't believe the recording quality was very good.
Right.
Back half is very experimental.
Yeah. And with all that being said, I would say, other than a few harmonica moments, like you said, Howlin' Wolf's voice is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's the number one reason I would listen to this album. Number two would probably be the piano playing.
Yeah.
Guitar effects after that, the drumming after that, harmonica after that, arrangements after that. But I've never thought about a blues album or had to think about a blues album in this way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm actually really happy that I've had to experience this for real.
Yeah. I'm with you 100%. I think the duration really helps. A dozen 3-minute songs, no problem.
Yep.
Like, super happy to listen to that. And there's so much variety in that dozen. There's really no repeats on here. You can't say that about the Muddy Waters compilation. And take it out of blues. You can't say that about the Phil Spector compilation.
Right.
You can't say that about Suedo.
Right. Yeah. We kept, what was the constant theme we said that? It's like, oh, it starts with a great introduction and then the song settles in and then there's 5 minutes of the same thing.
That's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I look, I'll be the first to own it. I thought coming in on this, we would get a lot of repetition. We really didn't.
We didn't.
The instrumentation stays the same, but you could make that same argument on any band that we'll listen to. Like,
Yeah.
Arcade Fire's instrumentation stays roughly the same. They'll bring in some tricks here and there, but the core is always the same. I think that they use their kit really well here. I'm not surprised that this made the Rolling Stone 500.
Me either. So, Carl,
Yes,
would you hit it?
indeed I would.
You would.
And I didn't hesitate to say that.
No, you said it pretty quickly, so you didn't hesitate.
Yeah, I came in today knowing I liked this album.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, and even if like might not be the word depending on my mood that day, I respect this album.
Yeah, I agree. I like this album. I was in the same camp as you about doing, again, not a massive blues fan. Sometimes with older recordings, it's like that's a bit of a chore because I didn't grow up with it. Most of the older stuff just gave it more charm to me, and I would definitely hit this album.
Yeah, I think there's for the non-bluesers out there who are musicians or just audiophiles, you're not going to ever be blown away by the production on any of this. However, you might be blown away by the session playing on it. There's some really great players. That's a highlight I'd like to kind of keep in mind as we move through. The musicians on here are very good.
Yeah.
And, some pretty creative ideas, and you can't expect creative ideas always to be everybody's cup of tea.
Not everything's a home run.
Yeah. But yeah, I one last piece. I think I would want to buy this on vinyl. I think it'd be really cool just to spin it rather than stream it.
Yeah. I didn't tell you this. When I was in Madison for my son's graduation, I was with my other son because he was bored, and there's this great record store. It's like 2 levels, and we're just going through these records. And I found The Far Side on vinyl.
Yeah.
But it was $75. I'm like,
75.
I'm not paying $75 for. I was going to get it for you.
Oh, dude, I'm just happy. I'm happy it's selling for 75. Like, respect.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you listen to the new song?
The new Far Side song?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had one.
Okay.
Are we going to do that after this?
Good.
Yeah, we're 100% going to listen
Free
to the
country.
Far Side song.
Yeah.
It's a free country.
At least still.
Well, great. Anything else to say in closing?
No, man. I enjoyed the album. Thank you, Howlin Wolf, for what you did and all the artists you inspired. And I hope that Led Zeppelin paid you once you got on the Lemon song.
Yes, I hope for all the same things. Well, this has been a really fun episode. Do you know what we have to look forward to next week?
I do. We have the album Kimono My House by the band Sparks.
Kimono My House.
Kimono My House by
I
Sparks.
so look forward to this.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the heck we're getting into.
Yes, this little album was released in 1974. 13 tracks. We'll have to see what we think.
Oh, man. 1974. How much coke do you think they did as kids? All right. Until next time, I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
We'll see ya.
That was a show about the album Moanin in the Moonlight by Howlin Wolf. Badass blues, and we learned that the wolf's his own boss.
Backward Speeds Podcast is a Tuna-Wood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backward Speeds Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.